Welcome to a Quest for Metal and welcome to a fun video. We're going to be re-ranking my old rankings. That's correct. We're going back in time. We're going to go back to some of the rankings that have definitely changed. Because I've been looking through the channel and some of those rankings for those bands, they're not the same as they used to be. The number one is definitely different. We're going to have some fun. We're going to go back through memory lane and talk about what's wrong with these bloody videos. So, let me know down below what opinions have changed for you. What albums were your number one for a lot of bands, and have they gone down? Have they gone up? What basically what has changed in your life? Just tell me that. Not even music, just in life. Let me know down below, and let's get started with this crazy list. So we're starting with Enslaved. Enslaved, the big one, progressive death metal masters, changed. It could change every day for this one. This is ridiculous. It could change every day. Every single Enslaved album is amazing. But there's been one since I first heard it and I was like, why did I not put that even higher? Why is that not number one? And it's Below the Lights. Below the Lights is a masterpiece of an album. Bridging the gap between like the black metal of like the early days with Viking Laveldi and then the full-on prog that would to come. This is the perfect blend. I know Metal Trenches doesn't like this when he says it's the most overrated album. I disagree. I think it's the best album, which probably means it is overrated. But whatever. Below the Lights, best art, best music, best catchiness out of any of the Enslaved albums. I think it's a flawless work of art, and it's definitely my number one. And I'm loving the other stuff like Retir. That's like probably be number two for me now. And Ruin is a great. Issa would probably be number three. Like, I'm loving the prog death metal stuff now. But I still love Viking Laveldi. It's hard, okay? Enslaved has a hard discography. So, shh. Below the Lights, number one. Go to bed. Next up is At the Gates. That's right, At the Gates. So that video was a lie. Yeah, that video was a lie. Yeah, Slaughter of Souls, cool and stuff. It's very cool. It's not my favourite. I think I just pressured on that one. I just put it at number one because everyone has it number one. It's definitely not my favourite. It's probably middle for me. It's probably middle. Questy's Confessions. My favourite type of music, especially melodic death, is that kind of moody melodic death, that kind of Insomnium kind of style. And that doesn't fit in with that. That fits in more with, the fucking metalcore shit. Which I'm not the biggest fan of. I like the songs live. They're great live. Seen them play some of these songs live, and it's amazing. But the songs on the album, I don't know. It doesn't hit me as much as some of the others because I'm putting To Drink From the Night Itself higher. That's right, I love it higher. It's way moodier, it's way darker, it just speaks to me more. And even better than that, At War with Reality. I think that's my favourite At the Gates album, At War with Reality. I just think it improves on everything that they did, and it's a 10 out of 10 album. It's a 10 out of 10 album. People have preferences. I like the newer At the Gate stuff. The newer At the Gate stuff is way better for me. The older stuff is pretty good, but newer wins. Speaking of that, Dark Tranquillity. Same. I love the newer stuff, the moodier stuff. Atoma, easily my number one. No contest. Easily number one. Moment, number two. That's such a beautiful album. People are underrating the hell out of it. It's one of the greatest albums when it came out. The songs are so sorrowful and meaningful. It could be a Catatonia album. It could be like a Bellacore album. It's so good. So good. Fiction's amazing as well. Those three, fantastic. The middle stuff's more metalcore stuff, more Trenches side of things. Hi, Trenches. More his side of shit. Not for me. Moody shit's better. Newer Dark Tranquility's better. Then we'll go over to the melodic death kind of stuff. Mind's Eye, The Gallery, amazing as well. Then it'd be the mid stuff. So, different for a lot of people, I know, but the moody shit's better for me. Moment, underrated. Atoma, underrated. Fuck everyone else. Nile! That's right, Nile. I've been watching Moon Knight recently and got my little Egyptian fix. But we're going to be... I feel like marks back to myself with Questy and like all my other aliases, Steve. That's not my real name. Yeah, Nile. My number one's still the same. my number one is still the same. Everything else is a bit different, though, because I rewatched it and I was like, why is Iffy Phalanx so low? That's an amazing album with amazing songs on, and it's so low in the list. Like, what's going on? Pump that up higher. And also, Vile Nilotic Rites is a masterpiece of an album. Throw that into the top 3. In the Darkest Shrines, I'll move down a little bit because I've been re-listening to that, and it just doesn't have the impact as some of the other albums. I don't know why. It just feels a bit... The first half's amazing. It's that last bit which kind of loses me a little bit. It's still like a 10 out of 10. Nile doesn't do bad albums, but it loses me a little bit. That's all I'm going to say. That's probably triggered everyone as well. This whole video is going to trigger people, but yeah, that's it. It's still a 10. I still love it, but it's not as good as Iffy Phallic, and it's not as good as Vile Nilotic Rites for me anymore. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say with Nile. Don't pitchfork me, Sobek. Next up, get some more hate. In Flames. That's right. I still love the Jester Race. You know, I still love Horacle. You know, Clayman. They're all amazing. Early In Flames is fantastic. A Sense of Purpose might be my number one. I laugh because everyone hates Newer In Flames, but that, since it got released, I don't know, 2006 or whatever, I've loved every single song on it. Alias is my favourite In Flames song. It is. Alias is my favourite In Flames song. I love Soundtrack Playground Fading as well, so that might go high, but not higher than Jester Race or anything. But Sense of Purpose and Jester Race is like neck and neck for me. It's blasphemy to say, but, you know, the songs on Sense of Purpose just speak to me more than in the Jester Race, but then the songs in the Jester Race are better. Don't know what to do. I'll keep it as the Jester Race number 1, but A Sense of Purpose is number 2. And in that old ranking, it's further down for some reason. You know, never lie to yourself, kids. For me, number 2. It's going number 2. Black Sabbath! Yay! Black Sabbath! So, Black Sabbath, Masters of Reality is my new number 1. It's way better than the others. Come on, it's way more just doomy. It's the most doomy album. That Sweet Leaf, come on, need I say more? The songs are just riff heavy as well. It's one of those riff heavy albums. I still love Sabotage and I still love those other albums, but Master of Reality, man. And Sabbath Bloody Sabbath I famously put really low down. Now I really enjoy that, so that would be a lot higher in the ranking. I do love that album now. It's not as good as Master of Reality, fuck off, but it's still, you know, it's still pretty good. But yeah, Master of Reality, number 1, and I think Heaven and Hell would be close number 2, almost number 1. And Mob Rules as well, those two. Dio's just a king. He's a king. So, Mob Rules, Dehumanizer, I'd have way higher now. Fucking, what was I thinking on that? That was probably the worst ranking I've ever done. No wonder it's my most disliked one. Yeah, Black Sabbath. That's all changed now. It's all fucking changed. So, Iron Maiden. Oh, I talk about Iron Maiden like, it seems like every week. My rankings flip-flop all the time, but I'm not gonna kid myself. The newer Iron Maiden, I like more. Which is a very hot take. But Brave New World's always been my favourite, and then I was like, is it Power Slave? Power Slave very close. I think Brave New World is my favourite. So Brave New World's number 1, Power Slave's number 2. Adore them. You know, I adore every Iron Maiden album. Number 3 is Dance of Death. That's correct. I love Dance of Death so much. Journeyman. Journeyman is such a beautiful song. I love that song. Dance of Death. Folky, dancey. Passchendaele's one of the greatest songs ever made. Yeah. Yeah, Montsegur. Dance of Death, Brave New World, Power Slave. The Holy Trinity. The rest are amazing as well. You know, I still love Seventh Son and Summer in Time. Those will be next. You know, I still love them. And Peace of Mind's amazing. Killers and all that shit. It's Iron Maiden's hard, okay? But really, Brave New World and Dance of Death and Power Slave. Those are my top 3. This video is controversial. Finally, let's end it with some Morbid Angel. That's right. I had Altar's top last time. The best death metal album ever made. Nah, I'm going to change it. We're going to put Blessed Are the Sick top. Because it just has a darker atmosphere, moodier, more kind of like black metal-ish in tone. Not in vocals, alright. But in tone, it does feel like that. The album cover's the best. The songs are the best. It's the most evil. It's amazing. It's amazing. I'll put... I had Domination second for some reason. I still really like that, but let's move up Gateways and Formulas to the Fatal to the Flesh higher than that, okay? Let's move them fucking higher. Domination there. Move them to like 2 and 3. Covenant as well. Move that higher. Then we can get into the other shit. So, yeah. Blessed of the Sick. New Morbid Angel favourite. So that's re-ranking my rankings. If I haven't mentioned it here, it's because it stayed the same. At least the number 1 has stayed the same anyway. So, that was a bit of fun. Let me know if this triggered you. Hopefully. So let me know down below what's changed for you with these bands, or even bands in general, because it's fun to see how tastes have changed, or how we've lied to ourselves, Questy. Let me know down below, and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.